Welcome back to Trade Like Skills channel. Have you always been wondering how I'm making these profits each and every day whenever I'm taking trades? And are you wondering how whenever I set positions or zones, the market respects my zones? In this video, we're going to look at how I made $12,000 in 1 day trading gold on 15 minutes chart. And in this video, we're going to look at how to trade liquidity sweeps, at what time you are supposed to be trading these liquidity sweeps, what to follow, and what are valid order blocks. Introducing the skillxfx free Telegram channel. Get to my free Telegram channel and you can learn a lot, guys. You can meet a lot of friends and you can learn and you get access to my VIP and also mentorship. And make sure you join so that you can see all our performances on how we perform in this channel and how we do our trading, guys. And if you want to join my Telegram channel, you can check the link in the description or the link in bio here, and then you join my free Telegram channel. I'll leave the link in the description, so make sure you don't skip that, guys, and you make a lot of money. Without wasting more time, as you can see, well, this is gold 15 minutes chart, and this is the zone that I'm positioned to in order to take a trade. But before I go into that deeply, let me show you this. We can see very well that the market came and had a break of structure showing that the market was still in a downtrending mode. But later, the market left liquidity behind. That means the market never broke the lower lows again. So this was the last lower low broken, and others were liquidity sweeps. So we can see that lastly, we had a liquidity sweep this side, and then the market retraced back inside, tried to drop down to break the lower low and failed. So what happened here? The market created a change of character or a change of direction. And now this was an indication that now the market is leaving the downtrending mode into an uptrending mode. So I always try to explain these things in an easy way so that you can understand them faster and then you can make trading easy. The more you make trading easy, the more the trading is going to be easy. The more you complicate trading, the more it's going to be complicated for you. So what I can say here now, the market has changed a direction and it's showing us that now I'm into an uptrending mode. So what is happening here? We are seeing the market breaking to the higher zones with breaks of structure. This was the first break of structure here, another break of structure here. As you can see, I indicated more break of structures. And don't forget that this is 15 minutes chart. Make sure you watch this full video to the end because there is a lot of vital information that you're going to find in this video and you're going to learn a lot in this video. So we can see the market is breaking to the higher highs, and we know every time when we are in an uptrending mode, we are just looking for buying opportunities. So what would be the valid zone? Let me first delete this so that I can show you why I chose this zone. Are you tired of blowing up accounts and missing out on profitable trades? My skillxfx trading course is here to change that. It's the exact strategy I use to pull consistent profits from the market every single week. Whether you're a beginner or struggling trader, this course will take you step by step to becoming confident and profitable. Click the link in the description right now to join and start your journey to financial freedom. Don't wait, the market won't. So firstly, we are seeing the market much congested into this area, and we can see that a lot of volumes or a lot of orders are in this zone or in this area. So this whole area would be a buy zone. Why? Because it's a negotiation zone or negotiable zone where buyers and sellers took more negotiations from. But what did I look at before I could choose a valid order block or another block that I thought it would be a valid zone? And how did I take the trades on that zone? So keep on watching this video up to the end. I'll also show you the screenshots of the zone of how I took this entry. So look at this. We can see that after the break of structure here, after this break of structure, after this BOS, we can see well that the market retested back, tapping into this order block or this zone. So this zone was mitigated, right, by this move that came here. Second zone that was mitigated would be this one, and this zone was a long zone. So this zone wasn't mitigated well, and it wasn't a confirmed good mitigation that we would say, but it was leaving some liquidity behind. So we have to mark this liquidity zone here, and this zone should be an indication that this zone can also be swept as liquidity. So let's mark this zone as liquidity zone. Good. Now we've marked this zone as a liquidity zone. So anytime the market might come to retest onto this zone and take that liquidity and continue to the upper direction. Why? Because this zone wasn't well mitigated. So what next zone was mitigated? This zone was mitigated. Of course, this zone was mitigated by this move. I think you can see this move mitigated this zone. But this move wasn't mitigated at all. I think you can see there was no mitigation again. So we are having two possible zones of trading. So this is the zone I chose. Why? Firstly, this zone wasn't mitigated, and it could show that we are not mitigated at all. And secondly, it had mitigated this zone. So I couldn't think much of this zone, but I was thinking about this liquidity here. So I couldn't rush into this trade. I would leave it to first come, sweep liquidity, and then I take an entry. Yes. Why? Because this was my valid zone. And this is why this was a valid zone. There was a gap. Firstly, there was a gap. It was a zone that had lastly mitigated the recent zone, and we had liquidity below. We had liquidity above the zone, and this is full of liquidity. So here there is liquidity and also liquidity. I think you can see liquidity pool here. So what is a liquidity zone or liquidity pool? Sometimes there will be wicks on the same or equal line like this one. So this is a lot of liquidity that is lying here anytime the market might come for that liquidity. So let's mark this as liquidity. Now I want you to look at this. This is our buy zone that we have created, and we are waiting for this zone. So what is going to happen here? The market might come, sweep this liquidity and respect this zone. And also the market might come, sweep the lower liquidity and goes back by respecting this zone. So let's play this out and we see. So why wouldn't I choose this zone? The first thing, the first reason as to why I couldn't choose this zone was because this zone was above liquidity pool. And anytime the market is hunting for liquidity, if there is no liquidity in the market can't move. And what moves the market is liquidity. And every time the market is moving, it's hunting for liquidity. So what are we going to do here? Now we are having imbalance. We are having order block that is here. Anytime the market could come and mitigate this zone and continue upper direction, but the valid zone on my side would be this one most of the times. No matter how this zone was having a breakout structure, because let's say this was firstly a week here, which indicates market sweeping liquidity, and then after the market broke like this, so that means that later the market broke a higher high, creating a BOS. So that's why later we had to confirm this as a full break of structure. If the market would come and just sweep liquidity and drops without breaking like this high, then we could just call this as liquidity sweep. So we are having this zone confirmed as a break of structure. We're having imbalance. We're having order block. We're having liquidity above the zone, but there was a liquidity pool below the zone. So this indicated that anytime the market is coming for this zone, not only that zone and also this zone was still valid. But on my side, I could just wait for the market to come sweep liquidity. If it could, then I take an entry. I couldn't just rush in from here, taking an entry from here. Instead, I had to wait for the market to come, sweep the lower liquidity. So those zones be there. And why didn't I choose this zone as my buying zone? It's because it had no imbalance or any fair value gap or any gap above it. So this is why I couldn't choose this zone. I only choose zones with full confirmation of what I need in the market. I only follow my system. I don't just jump into the market for anyhow, for no reason, and I take trades. So even if the market is giving me something that I'm seeing, and even if I don't understand or maybe I don't confirm this, I always say that this is a risky zone or this is a risky entry. So guys, these things are all in my classes. You have to join my mentorship and learn these things. They are just easy for you. You can learn and understand these things in easy steps. You can get daily trades. I'm sure you can do these things, guys. So let's play this out and we see what happens now. Now I'm playing this out. Now I want you to look at this. What did the market challenge us with? The first thing, the market challenged us with a change of character or a change of direction. Why? Because the market was showing us that I'm breaking to the higher highs. Market did what? Swept liquidity here. Let me show you this. This is why you have to follow the story of the market. You just don't have to jump into the market and you'll trade. This is firstly a sweep of liquidity done by this move here. So this move swept liquidity. But what did the move leave behind? It left liquidity again. A liquidity pool was formed. I want you to look at this. Market created a liquidity pool here. And a lot of liquidity was just lying there above. And what is going to happen? Anytime the market is coming to sweep this above liquidity and then maybe drops, oh, it will depend. But we are confirming that we are in an uptrending mode. And that's where we are heading to. So as I saw this, it was the first sign that the market will continue higher high because the market is always hunting for what? For liquidity. Now, what did the market do to us? It showed us a challenge. This is the first challenge. The market showed us that I'm having a change of character here and I'm breaking to the lower lows, trying to change the direction. And what else did the market show us? It showed us that I'm having liquidity. I'm having imbalance around here. So I had to see that there is imbalance around here. And at any time, the market is going to respect the zone after feeling this inefficiency. So what is next here? Let me show you this. So what is the market going to do? It's going to just sweep liquidity inside here. If it is going to respect this zone, it will come for the newly formed liquidity, filling all the zones and all the imbalances and taking the lower liquidity in order to continue to the higher direction. As others are thinking that we are going to sell up to the lower zones, me, I'm thinking about buying. So let's play this out and we see. Then boom, the market touched here. This was a newly formed order block. Now, why couldn't I take a trade from here or give a trade from here? The first reason as to why I couldn't give a trade on here on this zone was because there was liquidity above the zone and it wasn't swept. The second thing was that the market has been in an uptrending mode. So I couldn't take any sell entry on that zone. This is what we call total discipline, guys. This is what we call total discipline. So look at this. Look at what happens here now. The market drops to our zone. Now, when the market drops to our zone, I'm not going to enter before confirming what is going to happen here. Firstly, the market is showing us that I have a change of character. I have a break of structure here. So this one was a break of structure, or BOS. So the market was showing us that I'm breaking to the lower lows. Let's say the market is breaking to the lower lows, and it has shown us that anytime I'm continuing down, and it was showing a lot of selling pressure in the zone. So where do I get the guts of taking a trade in these zones? Let me see what happens next. Boom. Let's play this out and we see. So when the market dropped, remember this is 15 minutes chart. So when the market dropped, swept the lower liquidity. I think you can see now. We had not entered yet. By the time the market had not yet dropped to this zone, we had not yet entered. So when the market came, swept this liquidity, after just a mere sweep of liquidity like this, we took an entry from here. And that's when I gave an entry. I think you can see now. Liquidity down here is, let me show you, is taken by this move. A few or a small move like this one. Let me show you. Let me zoom this out. It was too small to show that I'm sweeping liquidity below in that zone. And that zone is, the market has swept liquidity and mitigated this zone, the zone that we talked about that wasn't mitigated. And for us, we took an entry here. So you may see it as a fast move, but it wasn't a faster move because it was on 15 minutes, of course. So on we take entries on lower 1 minute entry. I want to show you this. After sweeping off this liquidity here, we took an entry from here, around here. So because I knew the market has swept liquidity, Some people we entered from here, some of us, others entered from here, and our firstly the entry was around that side, and then our stop loss was around 33008. So it wasn't a bigger move. So we took an entry from here, and what was our target? Firstly, our target was around these zones here, and the last target was here. So of course these were targets that we have to look at. And I think if you are a trader and you know what the market does, you couldn't risk taking a buy from here, right? Why? Because you're seeing the market has changed the direction. The market is trying to drop down, but we know what we do, and we are firmly doing what we know. So if you learn these things step by steps, you will understand. Those are the screenshots of this entry. I think you can see how the market performed into this zone. Let me continue playing this out, and you see, guys. So you don't have to complicate things. All these things they teach you, they give you a lot of things, hard works, this, SMT, what. No, you don't have to complicate things. You just need one thing to understand that this is what I have to look at in the market, and this is what I have to follow. If I don't see this in the market, I'm not going to take a trade. Why? Because this is the same example. If I didn't see, if I couldn't see my fair value gap or imbalance around here, anything else, I couldn't take a trade from here. Why? Because firstly, I think you can see how small the entry would be, and it could for real leave us. But this was the main zone, and I think you can see that it was the main zone, only that the market was just sweeping lower liquidity that was remaining behind. And why wouldn't I say that maybe this is my order block to enter? It's because this order block was already mitigated by this move. So this was the move that wasn't mitigated by anything. So let's play this out and we see how the market reacted. So this is what the market did. I think you can see the market started to show us its real colors now, where the market is heading to. And the market tried to drop again to show us that I was in a downtrend, but our zone kept on supporting. Our zone kept on the strength. Why? Because this was the strongest zone. So look at this. Remember, we took an entry around somewhere like this, and we are not losing anything, and we are not going to get stopped out by any move. Why? Because it's the least zone, lower zone, where the market is just going to give us the entries. So there are different entries. There are some entries when I take entries from here, and there are entries when I take entries from here for those aggressive entries. And there are entries for confirmation. The entries that you first confirm, and you first confirm by seeing the confirmations on a lower time frame, and then you take the entry. You can watch all those videos that I had been doing on YouTube. You will see all that information, and you can see all these things. So let's play this out and we see. Boom. Now the market moved. I think you can see now what happened. Our TP1 is hit, and the market is continuing higher highs. From our support zone, from our demand zone, I think you can see everything. So this is what the market did. Boom. All TPs hit. I think you can see the screenshots now. I think you can see how we performed. I think you can see how we trade. And what was the market looking for? This liquidity above. And now the liquidity is taken. All TPs are taken. But for me, I held because I slept and left the market moving. So I held for some reasons. And I knew that the market was continuing, of course, higher highs. So I had to hold and just wait for the market to hit my profits that I wanted. So that's how I made my 12K. So guys, subscribe to this channel because you have to learn a lot. And don't forget to join my Telegram channel. Don't forget to join my free Telegram channel, guys. There is a lot that you can get into my VIP. You can get more connection. You can get more connections with me, and we can chat about, if you want to learn about these things, they are just easy steps that I can give you, and you learn about this trading, guys. And also don't forget to get my course. It's there, and it's a good steps, 7 steps course. And if you are having work and you can't join my mentorship, it can be easy for you to be watching those videos and reading those PDFs in your free time, and you can make a lot of money if you follow well what I taught in those PDFs and videos. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, share this video, like and comment what you want us to look at again, and I'll be sharing more of these things in coming days, guys. Thank you so much.